Going live. You're live. Hello everyone. I'm Santiago, and today I'm gonna be testing Halo 4 on the Master Chief Collection using the 1050 Ti, 750 Ti, RX 570, RX 580, and 1650 Super. How are you guys doing? Good seeing you there. Morning. Well, good morning. Yeah, it's almost the afternoon here. Yeah, 10:30 a.m. How are you doing, guys? Long time no see. Long time because it's been what, like 3 days, I think. I'm trying to see if the live stream is at 4K. 1 second, guys. Be right there. Yeah, 4K 60. Awesome. Hi, how are you guys doing? Long time no see. Anyways, so one thing I liked about this game already, it has a better options menu than the previous Master Chief Collection games. You have a lighting quality, shadow quality, lighting quality, effects quality, details, and anisotropic filtering. So at least this game has options this time around, which is great. We're going to start with the highest settings on 1080p. We're going to test first the first level, then we're going to try something more demanding, which I think makes more sense since this is an older game. So yeah, so this is the first level, as I was saying. Hola, ¿cómo andan? ¿Todo bien? Good morning, how's it going? Buen día, buenos días. ¿Cómo están? So as I was saying, this is the first level, so it shouldn't be demanding at all, as far as I know. There's a swamp level that I want to try. Probably that one is going to be more demanding, but I want more enemies on screen. Luckily, I can select any level I want, so it doesn't have to be me going through levels quickly. So yeah. Let's see. What do I have to do? Okay, I have to be here, maybe. Or maybe these red lights. Nope. Oh, never mind. I'm stupid. Here's a ladder. The staircase. Ladder. Ugh. English vocabulary.
4 years, 7 months, 10 days.
You love this game? Well, I never played it before because I didn't have an Xbox 360. So it's nice to try it out. A lot of people tell me that this game is great.
Doesn't match any known patterns.
So yeah, it would be nice, I think.
It's directly above us.
Hey Carl, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Carl.
Chief,
Okay, tap E. The time of quick time events. It was that time of the game in history. The quick time events were everywhere. Well, as you can see, it affected also Halo. That's funny. I think that the idea is that I have to fall. I think. We'll see. Hi, Indian Essentials. How's it going, man? Hi, bro, he says. Alright. Where else? Okay. As you can see here, we get 300 FPS, but that's because there's not much going on, really. With the fighting and more stuff on screen, it's probably going to be worse. So yeah. What is your favorite Halo game? I never played all the Halo games. I think only played Reach, and I like it a lot. But I don't know about any other game in the series. Honestly. So yeah. But I know that Halo is more than a single player game. It has also a multiplayer community at the time of the Xbox 360. So I never got into that. Again, I had a PS3, so couldn't experience Halo before when it was on the golden days. So I don't know anything about the Halo games. I only played Reach and I didn't finish it yet. But it was interesting, the story. But I know it has nothing to do with Master Chief, so so yeah.
find the override.
The age of the game, I think it's more than 5, yeah, way more than 5 years old. This was on the Xbox 360. Alright. What else? Yeah, it doesn't seem to be demanding at all. Let me guys try another, after this part, a different level. This one doesn't seem to be demanding at all. That clipping though.
Covenant aren't outfitted like standard military. It's possible we just came across a rogue side.
Yeah, there's not a lot going on here, as you can see.
Or we might have stumbled into
So let's try a different level. Save and quit. Because you can select any level that you want. If you guys know about Halo 4, please tell me which is the level that you know that is the most demanding. We got all these. Probably the most demanding ones are closer to the end. But I'm going to try this one that has foliage. Foliage is usually a performance hit in most games. So we're going to start it. And hopefully this is way more demanding. 2011, 2012, okay, it's almost a decade old. But this is upscaled. And it has a few improvements on the graphics and gameplay. So, okay, we had over 100 FPS on the first level. That nothing was happening. Let's see in the swamp level what happens. Alright, still 200 FPS. Interesting.
closest one on your HUD.
Okay, this is more realistic now. I'm getting a little over 100 instead of 300 FPS. So yeah, this seems to make more sense. So yeah. Yeah, it looks like a more realistic expectation. There are maybe more demanding levels with many enemies on screen, but I don't really know. I'm just testing out the waters here. Okay, there's the gun.
Check his
Let's
ISI
change the
score.
pistol for the rifle.
Tag
Thank you
IDs
very
for
much.
those.
Oh yeah.
How
I'm pretty sure the game was tweaked for PC, but it already looked gorgeous on the Xbox 360. Okay, yeah, I think there were a few tweaks to both the gameplay, because mouse and keyboard is different from controllers. And there were graphical tweaks, so there's options now in the menu, as you guys can probably see here. You can select details, effects, lighting, shadows, and anisotropic filtering, which is great. Finally, a Halo game has options. So yeah. Oh yeah, this seems to be more realistic than the first level. The first level was like over 200 FPS. This is basically over 100. If you know about more demanding level, please let me know so I can try it out. But this seems to be a little bit better, yeah. Come on. Yeah, on PC it controls very well. Now I can notice with the mouse movement is pretty good, better than Reach on the mouse movement. I can tell you that much because I played Reach. Yeah, the controls feel a lot smoother than on Reach. At least on the PC version. So that's good news for people that like Halo 4. Alright guys, I'm so sorry. OBS just decided to not work, so I should be back now. Let me know there. I should be back. I'm going to try another level, Reclaimer, that some people told me that it was more demanding level. They say Reclaimer and Requiem. Okay, we're going to try both, so do not worry guys. We're going to try Reclaimer and then Requiem. So let's try first Reclaimer and then we'll try the other one. Let's see how bad it goes. Let's see if it drops under 100 FPS. If it drops under 100, we know it's more demanding. And then if the other level drops under this one, we know that that one is more demanding. So let's see. Reclaimer. Still 120. Okay. High. Let's see here once we get to the fighting. But the game looks pretty good considering it's almost a decade old. I know it was tweaked for PC, but it looks pretty good. Okay, gotta go this way. Oh yeah, give me the car. The vehicle, sorry, it's not a car. Give me that, please. Give me one of those. Have you been playing that Halo's worse than Fallout 76? No, not at all.
Chief, unfortunately for us, we've got to manually bring down a couple of particle cannons.
Yeah, whatever. Let me drive, please. Sir.
Chief,
Permission to drive.
the Mammoth's got jetpacks on board. If I were down there, I'd want
Retrieve a jetpack. Yeah, gladly. I'll gladly take a jetpack. Whoa, wrong button. I threw a grenade. Alright. Wanted to grab the rifle, but I threw a grenade. Genius. Okay, that way. Really, I have to go running all the way there? Come on. Alright. Let's do it. This way. Okay, got the jetpack. I don't know how to use it though. Oh, never mind. It's shift. Yeah, I shot him because that's what I do with friendlies. I shoot them in the face. If they survive, they're my friends. Except not whenever. Oh, this is so badass. Let's see. Can we drop under 120? Can we? Put 4K resolution? Yeah, 1 second. First, I gotta... what's the name of this? I gotta find the more demanding place. Then we do 4K. Don't worry. We're going to try that stuff. So far, it's a little bit more demanding, but not by a lot.
targeting Pelicans are in position near the particle cannons, waiting for the Mammoth's mini-mac to take them out. 7-6,
Oh, okay.
some altitude. You're inside the kill box.
Got it. Forza Horizon 4 benchmark. I already did that, but I might do it again on the 2060. We'll see. And the 580. Halo's the worst game ever, Mason. Don't play it. Okay, Victor. Oh, it's Razanov. Okay. Got the reference. Oh, wrong gun. This way. Yeah, this one doesn't seem to be that taxing. At least in the first part. Alright. Good shooting. Okay, it seems to be now a little bit more demanding than the other one, than the swamp. Which is good news. But still...
All right, Chief. Mammoth's just about in range.
yeah, not that much demanding, really. Doesn't seem to be, at least.
MC7's Pelican out in the muck. Anyone still alive?
Yeah, okay, a little bit more demanding. Not that demanding. I was expecting a lot worse, really. So let's try the other level after this explosion. The Switch looks like it can run this. Yeah, probably. I mean, it's a decade-year-old game almost, so it could, maybe. But it would be interesting if Halo ever came to the Switch. Let's try Requiem, or whatever the name is. And let's go. Let's see if we can get worse numbers. Hopefully under 100 FPS. Where to purchase this game? You can find it on Steam, or you can pay Game Pass and play it on the Windows 10 store. So yeah, it should be easily accessible.
The Covenant fared much better than we did.
Okay, this already looks a little bit worse, so
Plenty.
I mean on the performance side.
Why?
We still need a ride home.
Find a way home, okay. Hopefully this has more action. The Halo multiplayer player base is pretty damn low. Well,
Check
makes
your
sense.
You might want to go easy.
Hello, we're everyone. Oh,
Given all this debris,
that's hilarious. Hello everyone, I'm Santiago, and you have to respond, hello Santiago, I'm everyone. And there we come full circle. Been playing since Reach launched on PC. Yeah, Reach is the one I've been playing the most. The story seems pretty interesting so far.
it's different. I'll try to triangulate its position.
So yeah. Okay, this way. Please give me less than 100 FPS, please. Okay. Looks interesting. Please tell me I have to go down there. Oh, okay, this way. It's free with Microsoft Rewards. Oh, I didn't know that. Interesting. Yeah, this seems to be...
Warthogs.
Yeah, the previous levels seemed a little bit more demanding.
Nice to see your luck is holding out.
But I can drive, so I'll take this level over the other one. Yeah, by a long shot. Driving makes more sense to me. Yeah. This is probably going to drop quite a bit when I'm fighting.
About my
But I cannot shoot from the car, so...
I didn't want to mention this
Oh,
because
man.
it's a complete long shot, but since you brought it up,
Is it possible to load mods?
heading home,
I don't know really. I haven't investigated on that yet.
How?
well,
Okay,
as far as I
perfect
know,
driving.
the only AI ever generated from living tissue. A clone of Dr.
Where's the
Wong.
shooting?
It may be
I really want to play, but my PC sucks. Well, you don't need a super strong PC to play this,
but that means getting back to Halsey
really.
soon.
It should even run on a 750 Ti without an issue. It's almost a decade old, this game. Let's see, please, shooty. No? No shooty. Come on. Whoa.
Chief, I'm hearing that strange signal again. Stronger this time.
Do you think there's something to it?
Alright. I think we're almost there. Yesterday was your birthday? I didn't know that. Okay, yeah. Dropping under 100 FPS. Perfect. This is the benchmark, guys. I got to the place I wanted to be at. So we're almost dropping under 100 FPS. So on 1080p, as you can see, was fine. Over 60 all the time. Let's try very quickly 1440p. So we do 1440. We save the settings. Yes, Mark 13. Yeah. This is the new Halo added on the Master Chief Collection. This is the last one, I think. The last one, I mean the last one that is going to be added to the Master Chief Collection, which is Halo 4. So yeah, I'm trying that out. Now we're doing 1440p maximum settings, since we drop under 100 FPS on 1080p. But hey, so 1440p, you can see it right here, 1440p. High settings, which is the highest. So let's try 1440. Now that there's some shooting going on. Alright, seems to be over 60 just fine. Whoa. But as you can see, this is the level we're fighting. Whoa, never mind. Yeah, I got a little too... a little too distracted trying to shoot people. But as I was saying, the other levels weren't as demanding as this part. On 1080p on the maximum on the other levels I was over 100 FPS all the time. Here we're dropping into the 90s. So it appears to be worse. Yeah, the pistol seems better than the assault rifle, which seems pretty ridiculous. Yeah, I mean with the pistol I wreak havoc. And with the rifle I missed most of my shots. So pretty strange. Yeah, the pistol is badass. I think I'll use only the pistol. As ridiculous as it sounds. Alright. Yeah, I probably need to go back to the Warthog. What's this Halo on the Xbox 360? Yes, that's why it runs so great. It's almost a decade old game. so it kind of makes sense to me. I don't know about you guys, but if the game is also almost a decade old, kind of makes sense, really. Best pistol best gun in the game confirmed. Yeah, basically. Yeah, I was wreaking havoc with the pistol. Running people over doesn't seem to be working. Anybody there? No? Oh, interesting. I got stuck. Hello there. Yeah, bad decisions, bad decisions. RX 8 GB is much better than RX 4 GB. Well, considering that more games now use more than 4 GB, kinda makes sense. At least in my opinion. After trying Godfall, I noticed that 4 GB was a little not enough. But maybe that's only one game. I personally will try to go nowadays for 8 GB if you can. Or at least over 4 GB. You don't need to have 8. 6 should be enough, at least right now. So yeah, let's try 4K now. We're going to restart the checkpoint and try 4K. Is there any new game you're going to test anytime soon? Yeah, I'm going to test, what's the name of this? Bugsnax and Observer Redux. I think those will be interesting. Bugsnax because I found it hilarious, how they interacted with the community. And I don't know, I want to know what the game is about, so... And it's another game that's on PS5. Alright, so now let's do 4K. So we're at 4K now. Let's restart the level, because I lost the checkpoint. So 4K, high settings. At the moment we are, okay, over 60, probably going to drop below 60, but that's okay, I guess. Yeah, let's restart the level and give it a try. We're going to disable anti-aliasing, because people always ask me to disable it at 4K. Taste, I guess. So status, 4K, highest settings, plus no AA. And let's restart the level. So we'll get to a big fight again. You're streaming and playing both in the 1050 or using other VGA to streaming? I'm using a separate computer for the live stream. So if you live stream with this PC, you're not going to get these numbers, not anytime soon, at least.
How many ships made it through the
So I do this so you don't see a performance difference.
Why?
It should run the same on your PC if you try with these specs. The streaming PC is a PC that's doing the recording, the live stream, everything. This PC is only playing the game, as you can see. Yeah, I'm doing 4K now.
Chief, check your ammo.
4K seems to be over 60 just now, but we're going to get to the more demanding place, and it's going to be different, probably.
Won't want shot at them.
So let's try it. But 4K looks super sharp. I really like how it looks. It really holds up. Even the textures, most of them at least, seem to be looking okay. Yeah, these are old, as you can see. But the ones on the floor are pretty good, considering the age of the game.
I'll try to
I mean, this is an Xbox 360 game, originally. It has some tweaks, yeah. But I mean, it still looks pretty good at 4K. Pretty interesting. Hi Santiago, greetings from Caracas. Well, greetings from Uruguay, señor. Let's see, here we go. Almost at the at the truck. Where are you from? I'm from Uruguay. It's a country between Argentina and Brazil, here in South America. Let's see if we can stay over 60.
one piece.
Come on.
Nice to see your luck is holding out.
What about 8K? We don't talk about 8K. The less said about 8K, the better. Alright. Let's get to the demanding place. I'm probably going to have to drop some settings, but hey, 4K is 4K. You know how it goes.
I didn't want to mention it, seeing as how it's a complete long shot, but since you
How it works in multiplayer. Multiplayer should be less demanding. Maps are usually smaller, there's less effects. There's more people on screen, yeah, but
As far as I know, I'm the only
I
AI
mean,
ever
shouldn't be that demanding in comparison to this.
to be precise.
Probably going to be
It'd be possible to
way smoother
by replicating those
by a
same
long shot.
But that means
So
getting
1
back
second,
to
guys, get into the fighting part. It takes a little bit, so I apologize. Unfortunately, I cannot do anything about it other than getting there as fast as possible. So almost there. 8K? No, we're not doing 8K. Well, maybe at the end we're doing 8K.
stronger
I have to enable DSR.
Do you think there's
That's why I'm lazy. I don't want to try 8K.
more than anything.
But hey,
Behavior is
okay.
odd.
So we're in the demanding part again. Let's see. Okay, we're dropping into the 50s now.
Hostiles.
But I mean, it's fine. 50s, still smooth enough in my opinion. But let's try to get 60s here. So we're going to drop some settings. Let's see what happens if I drop shadows to normal, if something improves. Let's see, we were at 53. Okay, we jump into upper 50s. Let's put it all on medium. Let's just do that. We put lighting and effects on normal and details as well. So basically, as you can see there, probably normal settings, high anisotropic filtering. So let's call this normal settings. So normal settings, no AA at 4K. So we save the settings and we're getting, okay, over 60 now in the demanding part. So these are the best settings probably for 4K, medium settings. So you shouldn't be dropping below 60 at all. And you get the sharpest image possible. So yeah, probably this is, oh, and no anti-aliasing. So do not use anti-aliasing on this one at 4K. So you can do 1440p maximum settings, 1080p maximum settings, or 4K normal settings. All of that over 60 frames just fine. Let me see if I can restart the checkpoint and start at the same spot. Okay, great. So let's swap GPUs now. I'm using a native 4K monitor, yeah, native 4K. DSR is still native 4K, but it uses, it tries to fit all those pixels in your monitor to cram on your smaller monitor. So it should run the same really. So guys, for 4K 60, use these settings, normal, no anti-aliasing, high anisotropic filtering, and you should be fine, you should be good to go. 8K 30, no, probably not, probably 10 FPS at 8K. But we're going to try that on the 1650 Super. On this one, I don't really think it's worth it at the moment. But we're going to try 8K later, don't worry guys. So let's do the 750 Ti now, probably a 1080p normal settings card, but still a normal settings card. So still 1080p. Give me 1 second, I gotta close the Master Chief Collection. Let's just shut down the PC. Whatever. Yeah, probably the 570 can do 4K maximum settings. We're going to find out in a second. So time to swap GPUs. Hang on guys. Alright, come on. Sí, Jorge, siempre fue mucho mejor. Nunca se puso en duda. Alright, so time to swap GPUs. So grab the 1050 Ti, as you can see right here. It's almost invisible. So we put it to the side. We grab the 750 Ti, the legendary graphics card from 2014. Here it is. So let's plug it in. HDMI cable. Alright, here we go. How long does it take you to make comparison video? Usually, comparison videos, what do you mean? Comparing graphics cards? Probably an entire day. If it's more than 3, yeah. If it's 4 graphics cards, it takes me an entire day. So yeah, but I mean, it's usually worth it because it's very clear how the performance difference it is between them. So yeah, what are you going to try? The 750 Ti we're going to try now, which should be 1080p normal settings, 60 frames. We're going to find out. But yeah, after that we're doing 570, 580 and 1650 Super. So I think will be interesting. No, la 580 viene después de la 570. We're doing 580 after the 570, but I need you guys' patience. So we're doing 750 Ti now. So 750 Ti at 1080p. And we're going to start with the highest settings. So max settings. And let's give that a try. So we launch MSI Afterburner. As you can see, 750 Ti right there. And we launch the game. Let me change this first. There we go. And we launch the Master Chief Collection. Frame rate limit 0. Thank you. How is your background not visible? I'm using NVIDIA Broadcast that uses your RTX card to delete your background without a green screen. How about 8K resolution? 8K, we're going to try it later, don't worry. On the 1650 Super we try it, yeah, with DSR. Alright, we're back. Let me select 1080p. So we go this way, video, and we go all the way down to 1080p on high settings, perfect. We save those settings. Alright, perfect. And let's jump into Halo 4. We just go back to the level that gave us the most performance issues. Is this a remake? No, this is not a remake. This is more of a remaster upscaling type of thing. Alright, so 1080p on the 750 Ti on the highest settings. We seem to be over 60 just fine. Let me double check the settings so you guys can see there. 1080p. Oh, this is on normal, never mind. It wasn't high. So high settings. I'll save those settings. So high settings 1080p. Yeah, as expected, it's going to drop below 60 on 1080p. But not a lot of times. It seems to be this bad section. So you can probably do this better with an overclock. But you can do 1080p maximum settings just fine on this card, as you can see. So pretty interesting. Yeah, it's dropping below 60. You probably want to lower the anti-aliasing, maybe. Yeah, but I mean, I will play like this. I wouldn't worry too much about it. It's only in the upper 50s, so if you disable AA, it's probably going to be fine. Let me see which type of AA it is. Yeah, it doesn't say. Plus, no AA. That should probably keep us over 60. Yeah, seems to be over 60 just fine. Let's restart the checkpoints. Who's ready for Cyberpunk 2077? I'm not ready.
Looks like the Covenant fared much better than we did.
How many ships made it through the roof?
Yeah, it seems to be fine. Let me increase the FOV a little bit. FOV, let's put it at 95. And on the cars as well. So 95 FOV. I increased the FOV a little bit. Okay, a little bit better.
We still need a ride.
If we have FOV options, let's use them. Don't overclock your GPU too much, the game will crash and gives you fatal error. Well, that's if you do too much of an overclock, any game can crash really. 6 FPS, yeah. I mean, this game is almost a decade old, so it kind of makes sense. But the 750 Ti at the moment is going, call an ambulance, but not for me. Love that meme. Yeah, the 750 Ti, legendary graphics card that if you bought on 2014, you got more than your money's worth. That's for sure.
I don't think so.
750 Ti probably better than the 1S still. Depends on the game really. It's usually behind nowadays in modern stuff. In older stuff, it can beat it, but in modern stuff, it can be quite a bit behind. The 750 Ti, I mean. The video memory doesn't help it really. Let's make Santiago ready for Cyberpunk. Well, yeah, I'm ready for Cyberpunk. I'm always ready. I'm always ready.
Nice to see your luck is holding out.
Okay. Almost there.
Chief?
Please, Cyberpunk benchmark. Yeah, once it releases, I'm going to do a benchmark. If it releases on midnight, I'm going to do a midnight live stream.
It is possible that
Because Cyberpunk's super hyped game. Of course I'm going to try it. If I tried indie games, what I wouldn't do Cyberpunk. That would be ridiculous. So yeah, of course I will do Cyberpunk. If it ever releases. Please explain then how it gives 40 to 60 in training, but it gives 10 FPS in gameplay. You're talking about Godfall. Due to the video memory. It uses a lot of video memory, and in the open part it seems to suffer more. But the thing that bothers me the most about Godfall is the... what's the name of this? The... what is it? The shader cache. It doesn't cache the shaders before the game starting, so each time you do a new effect, the game stutters. So yeah, that kind of sucks, in my opinion.
his behavior is
So yeah. Okay, we're back here now. Yeah, it seems to be at 60 just fine. It drops into the upper 50s. But I mean, it's only this section. So yeah, you can do 1080p just fine. Without anti-aliasing. Alright.
hostiles.
Anybody else? Psycho. What should you do? Lower the texture quality, lower the resolution, restart the game, and that should do it. It depends on what card you have. What are your specs? That's super important, man. I mean, the tutorial runs fine, yeah, but it's not representative of how the game runs, really. Which is unfortunate, but hey, not much that we can do about it, really. Alright, come on. Yeah, nobody here. Let's get back into the truck, or whatever it's called. Where did I leave it? Oh, come on. Where did I park my truck? Eh. Yeah, but it seems to be fine on the 750 Ti. You can do 1080p high just fine, as you can see. Even in the more taxing section. Of course, I'm not good about... what's the name of this? I'm lost. 1 second. As I was saying, yeah, the game runs fine, especially if you are in the other levels. This level seems to be running worse in this open part, but it seems to be okay so far. Are you hyped for Atomic Heart? Yes, I bought it like 4 years ago, I think. So hopefully I'm getting a copy when when the game releases. I have an email that proves that I purchased it. I think I paid $30 when it was first announced. So hopefully I get my copy there. I wanted to support it because it looked super interesting. It looked like Russian Bioshock. So super interesting Atomic Heart. Hopefully it releases soon. I think it was on development hell because no news were given about it for years. So yeah, hopefully we get a good game there. I also know it has RTX, that one. Whoa. Wrong button. Are you going to test Hitman 3 when it releases? Yes, of course. I love Hitman. It's one of my favorite franchises. So of course I'm going to give it a try, for sure. What monitor are you using for the primary game display? I'm using a 4K monitor, a 28-inch Dell 4K display.
If we're going to hijack a ship from these cabins,
So yeah, I can do 4K without DSR. I can do it just like normal, to say it in some way.
we could always ask.
And Victor, come on. Stop it for a second. I'm getting tired of your stuff there. Come on, man. Stop spamming, please. The rest of the joke was fun, but stop spamming, please. Yeah, it seems to be fine, so let's swap to the 570 now. The 750 Ti can totally handle this game, as you can see, at 1080p. Oh, let me show you the best settings. So, best settings for Halo 4 750 Ti, 1080p. And everything on high except in anti-aliasing. We just disable it to stay over 60 most of the time. It drops into the upper 50s, but it's pretty rare so far. Halo, unlike with numbers. How are you doing, man? Good seeing you there. Are you streaming with a capture card? Yes, everything is listed in the description. But yeah, guys, if you want 60s, this is how you do it on the 750 Ti, as you can see here. It runs super smooth, no issues so far, no stutters, no nothing. And it's not maxing out the VRAM. How are you feeling? I'm feeling great, thanks boy. It's been a while, man. Good seeing you there. I hope you had a fantastic weekend. I certainly did. Enjoy myself. So let's get out of the game. ¿Viste el golazo del Pulga? Pa, ni idea porque no miro fútbol, así que ni idea, Alejo, ni idea. I would love to drive an in real life Warthog through some sand and dunes. Would be really fun. Yeah, I agree. That would be super cool, in my opinion. Driving in general is fun. Hi, Sachin Satam. How are you doing, man? Good seeing you there. i5 10400F nice CPU, yeah, should be fine. If you find a 3600 or 5600 at similar price, I recommend go for that. More of a bigger platform at the moment. So 750 Ti, it's out of the PC, as you can see. So let's put it to the side. Let's put now the 570. So AMD time. Here's the 570. Let's put it in. Come on, 570. There you go. So let's give the 570 a try. 3060 Ti coming soon. Otherwise, 3060 or 3050 early next year. We'll see once it releases. It will be fun. Finally, some good graphics cards for the price. We've been stuck with the 580, 5500 XT, 1050 Ti, 1650 Super. We need something more powerful. Please, AMD and NVIDIA. We need something that $150 to $200 range that beats the 580, please. Is it too much to ask? It's been 4 or 5 years. Alright, so we're back into the PC now on the 570. So RX 570. I expect this one to be 4K maximum settings without an issue, but let's start with 1080p and 1440p. So 1 second, guys, gotta change the color accuracy, the color gamut. So 1 second, guys. Where is it? General, I think it was. No. Video. Oh, hang on, gotta delete the hotkeys. I hate these hotkeys. It interferes with my Adobe Premiere hotkeys. There we go. Video should be here. It's not here. Display. Never mind. Here it is. So I enable GPU scaling, and I enable color depth. Sorry, pixel format at full RGB. Mark says, hey, I didn't knew Natalia Oreiro is from Uruguay. We love her in Poland. Is everyone there so beautiful? Yeah, they are. We are lucky. But so weird to hear her name in this chat. But yeah, she's from here. We see her every day on TV, basically. Can you suggest me a game from Pentium Intel HD? The Resident Evil games are running pretty good in general, so I'll go for that. So 570, as you can see. Let's get to Halo. Will the 1650 Super suffice for 30 FPS gaming? At the moment it seems to be, we'll see for how long that is, but right now it seems to be fine. In my country, Singapore, best card to get for 200 is still the 580. Well, same here. Super disappointing. It's been a while. Come on, let's move on from the 580. Let's get something cheaper and faster, please, or something that is the same price and faster. I mean, nothing against the 580. I love the 580, but come on, man, release something worth upgrading to. All right, hang on, guys. So let's go to the settings, video, Halo 4, 1080p, highest settings, and we apply the settings. Excellent. So let's start with 1080p highest settings, then we go from there. We select the same mission as before, this one, and I'm going to increase the difficulty to heroic. Seems a little bit too easy, so let's test my skills. Since you remove GPU so much, will the PCI Express slot slowly wear out? Well, as far as I know, yeah, it's going to happen eventually, but I think it's like 1,000 swaps, so I should be fine for at least a year. And if that's the case, it's still worth it for me, because the price of the motherboard is like $200. In a year, I'll make more than that, so should be okay. So guys, 1080p maximum settings. Let me double check the options menu. So as you can see, highest settings, high on 1080p. Then we swap to 1440p and then 4K. But remember, this part is not super demanding. I gotta get to the fighting locations. Is the 570 still worth buying? Yeah, get the 8GB version though. And as I was saying about the PCI Express slots wearing out, it'll take a while, but it will happen eventually. It happened to the Hardware Unboxed channel, I remember, that they said that, but it was like over 1,000 swaps, and they do like 10 GPU swaps every single day, so more than 10. So yeah, I mean, that's overkill in comparison to what I do. I do it like 5 or 6 times per day. So it should be lasting long enough. If it happens, I just swap motherboards. Shouldn't be super expensive. So yeah. Yeah. The PCI Express slot will last a while. It's also one of the reinforced ones, so should last a little bit longer at least. Should I get the RX 570 or wait for the newer generations? I mean, the newer generations are not that far away at the moment. At least it seems to be right at the right here, almost right here. So yeah, I mean, I would wait. If you can wait. If you want to play games now, get the 570, 8GB. Should be super cheap. Then upgrading shouldn't take a lot of money, but at least you can play a lot of games. I mean, every game works on the 570 as far as I know. And if you get the 8GB version, you can even crank up those textures. And then in the future, just upgrade your GPU if a game doesn't run like you like. But it's so cheap nowadays that I think that it's still worth buying. The 8GB version. Wanted to just stop by and give a like. I'll gotta go to work. Okay, boy. Be safe, man. Enjoy work if you can. But thank you for sticking around, man. Good talking to you. What game is that? This is Halo 4. It's on the Master Chief Collection. It's almost a decade-old game that was remastered for PC. Slightly remastered, I would say. Never played the original one, so pretty interesting on how it holds up graphically. It really looks pretty good, considering the age of the game.
Do you think there's something to it?
So yeah. Tomorrow official release for 6,000. Yeah, but not the budget ones, so eh. Alright, so on 1080p maximum settings, as you can see here, over 120 FPS. So let's now do 1440p. So 1440, we apply the settings, and let me go to the desktop to change the size of the overlay so you guys can see the numbers. So now we're doing 1440p maximum. I mean, it makes sense that it runs so well now, 1440p, even at 1440p, because it ran at over 60 at 1440p on the 1050 Ti. So as you can see on this one, instead of getting 70 to 80, we drops into the 60s, like on the 1050 Ti, we're getting over 100 FPS, and this is the bad case scenario. Let me restart the checkpoint so you guys can see. So as you can see here at 1440p, it's fine, over 100 FPS on the highest settings. So yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about it at all. Runs fine. Let's do 4K now. So we go to 4K all the way up there. So 4K now. 1, 2, there we go. So 4K maximum settings. 4K. How is the closed caption translating what you say live before you even talk? Well, that's because the live stream is 30 seconds late to what you guys see. And YouTube has the algorithm that does the captioning in real time. So since the YouTube gets my footage like a few seconds, sorry, you guys get my footage like 30 seconds late, YouTube can know right away what I'm saying, which is amazing. Just captions on the fly. So that's how they know. 4K max settings, as you guys can see there. So 4K highest. Let's reload the checkpoint, and at 4K maximum we're getting, okay, over 60 frames, just fine, as you can see. So yeah, it runs fine. Looks gorgeous at 4K, considering the age of the game. Really, I'm pretty surprised on the numbers. On the visuals. So if you guys wanted to play Halo at 4K, you can do so with a super cheap graphics card, the 570. You can even do it on the 750 Ti, on the 1050 Ti. Is the 574 GB worth it? Yeah, if you get it cheap. But personally, I would just get the 8 GB version. The 8 GB version should last you even longer. You can crank up those textures. You can do a lot of fun stuff. So my advice, if you get the 570, get the 8 GB version. Same with the 580. Just take advantage that AMD gives you an 8 GB option. It helps a lot on your games. You can crank up those textures just fine. You won't get limited by the video memory like on the video cards, so yeah. Come on, you're gone. Come on, die please. Are you dead yet? Come on, please. Alright, one more down. So yeah, as you can see, the 570 can handle it just fine at over 60 at 4K. How much bitrate do you use to stream at 4K? I use 40,000 kilobits per second, so 40 megabits per second upload. Since YouTube, I mean, maximum YouTube allows for 4K streams is 50 megabits per second, but my connection is not enough for 50 megabits per second. So I stay at 40 megabits per second, basically. And that gives me decent quality for when the video is saved later on YouTube. Looks pretty good. It's 60 frames. So yeah, I think it looks good. But yeah, my bitrate is 40,000. Something like that. According to your captions, 8 gigabytes equals egg white version. That's hilarious. Egg white version. Yeah, I love YouTube captioning 8 gigabytes version, and they say 8 egg white version. Yeah, that's hilarious. So I think my point was clear on this level. So let's go back to, let's change graphics cards. Best settings, guys, 4K, sorry, 4K on the highest, as you can see, everything on high. Victor, is the 1650 super worth it in the next year? Yeah, it should be fine. At the moment, we're going to try it anyway, so don't worry, man. So, best settings, high settings, 4K. So there we go, 4K, highest settings. So as you can see, over 60 all the time. We didn't drop below 60 at all. It doesn't seem to, at least. And this is the part that ran the worst, so seems to be fine. Even looking into the distance. So yeah, let's do the 580 now that we are here. I was trying Halo 4 today and I could not tell the difference between enhanced and original graphic settings. I think Halo 4 does not have that. I think it has the overlay. When you change the original and enhanced and all that, it seems to be the user interface. I think that the only thing that they have now is the options menu that you can select high settings. instead of using a preset, which is good. I think the other Halo games will benefit from that. But yeah, anyways, let's do 580 at 1080p first. So the 580 will be fine, but hey, let's give it a try now that we're here. So 570 out of the PC now. Let's put the chunky 580 to the test. So I have the triple fan 580, the ROG version. We're going to use dual fan clock speeds, so you guys can see what the performance is like on a dual fan card. Hang on, gotta put a screw here. If not, I'm going to rip out the PCI Express slot. Where is the screw? Dang it, I always lose the screws here. Hang on. There you are. Okay, so a screw. Let's put it in. Alright. Screw in. I put a screw because it's a triple fan card. The PCI Express slot shouldn't be able to take that much damage, so hot swap. No, not really. I turned it off and changed graphics cards. As simple as that. I have a separate computer to do the live stream, so I can do it. Can I use the RX 570 the next 2 to 3 years, or do I have to buy a new GPU? 2 to 3 years, I think it's kind of unpredictable. We're getting new consoles now. 2 or 3 years will be the time when the new consoles are probably mainstream. Well, in a year or two. So, I don't know, man. Right now, it's enough. We'll see once we get there. But at the moment, I mean, it's fine. I cannot tell you 2-3 years. Maybe a year and a half. I can tell you as much. But not really much from that. Probably 2 years. But it shouldn't be super expensive. So you should be able to play a lot of games anyways. If you have a big backlog, should be okay. Anyways, so we're using full RGB. That was the test. Let's enable virtual super resolution. So we try 8K on the 580. Let's give it a try later. So GPU scaling, integer scaling, no thanks. Virtual super resolution enabled. Let me see if I have 8K in the display options. Not sure if this is 8K though. Probably not. Let me check 1 second, guys. 5120 by 2880. This is, yeah, that's 5K, so not the same. So yeah, 8K. I'll do it on the 1650 Super. And Jason is taking a poop while watching this. Well, Jason, I hope you had a good poop there. Just be strong. You get it out eventually. With stock problems. Oh, yeah, the stock problems. Stock settings. So on the 580, I'm doing, since it's a triple fan version, it has 1411 megahertz. We're doing 1366. So it's the same as a dual fan card. So, well, we applied those settings. So, yeah, as you can see, 1366 plus 30% power limit. So let's open the game again. All right, we're back in. Let's do first 1080p. So go to the options, settings, video. And let's go for 1080p highest settings. So we save the settings. And we jump directly into Halo 4. Thank you very much. We go to the missions. Requiem. Let's go to the Alpha Rally Point. Maybe we can skip some stuff there. Reminder, OnlyFans at 3 million. Oh man, you're always reminding me on that. Thank you, man. That's hilarious. Do you think that the 1060 is going to run Cyberpunk 2077 at high settings ultra textures? I don't know. Hopefully. But I do not know.
Doesn't look like the Covenant fared much better than we did.
How many ships made it through the roof?
Alright, let's move out. I gotta get to the car, so hang on. You're having breakfast? Well, enjoy the breakfast. Hope it's a good one. Hi, how are you doing? Unknown mother. Good seeing you there. Right now I'm running all the way into the Warthog part because, yeah, performance, repeated.
Find something the Covenant won't want shot at.
¿Qué cámara usas? Uso una C922 de Logitech. Guys, for the webcam I'm using a Logitech C922. You can find the links in the description. All the information is there. Pueden encontrar todo lo que uso en la descripción. Bajen a la descripción, está toda la información con los links. So you guys, if you guys want to see what I'm using for the live stream, for the gaming PC, everything, it's all in the description. So you can see it just fine. Really, Santiago? Yes, really. I don't know what I said, but sure, why not? Hello? Hi, Ash Balin. How's it going, man?
Nice to see your luck is
Good seeing you there. RX 580 pretty much Xbox Series S performance. Not sure. I think it depends on the game, really. You get Cyberpunk earlier, right? Please test APUs. I don't have APUs anymore. I don't know if I got the game early. Hopefully I get it early, but that's not guaranteed. Hopefully I get it earlier, but who knows? Who knows if I ever get a review copy? We'll see. If I don't get a review copy, I'll buy it anyways, so no worries. I'll be covering that game for sure once it releases. Me acaba de explotar la cabeza, no sabía que hablabas español. Bueno, sí, soy de Uruguay, así que español es mi idioma nativo. This is a 2012 game, but the graphics quality looked like from 2007. I think you had a different 2007 than me, I think. If this was 2007, I would be blown away.
Chief, I'm hearing that
I mean, in comparison to Crysis, yeah, Crysis looked a lot better, but Crysis is it's an exception. It's always an exception. So, 1080p. Yeah, over 120 FPS. So, in the bad parts, it's over 120. Let's swap right away to 1440p because, you know, decisions. So 1440p. Come on, overlay. There we go. So 1440p now. Maximum settings. Yeah, still over 100 FPS. No surprises. Runs just like the 570. Well, just like the 570. It's a little bit faster than the 570 as usual. No surprises. So you get over 100 even at 1440p in the bad part. So nothing to worry about. 1440p is fine. And I'm dead. Perfect. Ugh, dead. And funny ragdoll. Alright. So yeah, 1440p. Sorry, the status is 1440p, but I'll do 4K now. So let's do now 4K max settings. So we go to the settings, we increase the resolution to 4K, we save the settings, we go to the overlay menu and we enlarge it a little bit. So 4K now, as you can see there, 4K maximum settings on the 580. So high settings, everything on the highest. Yeah, sorry Mike, the spike, yeah, I forgot to change it, now it's fixed. So 4K maximum settings, as expected, over 70 FPS. The 570 was into the 70s, this one is in the mid 70s. So not a huge difference, as expected. Whoa, I died so quickly, Jesus Christ. Okay. PS5 is already out of stock, thanks scalpers. Yeah, well, it was to be expected. Even its graphics cards, the new graphics cards are not in stock. Kinda makes sense, really. So yeah, as you can see, 4K max settings, you get over 60 just fine. Nothing unexpected considering the 570's numbers. So yeah. Let's get those into the distance. Come on. I got lucky and scored a GTX 1080 instead of a 570. Well, enjoy it, man. It's a great card. Great card. that's for sure. Yeah, the 580 is more of a little bit over a 2060, but you get a lot more memory. And you get, what's the name of this? But you don't get ray tracing. But at the moment I wouldn't really bother much with ray tracing. It's so hard to get a card with ray tracing at a decent price nowadays, so yeah, it's a good time to avoid ray tracing for now, while it's not mainstream. I know the consoles have it, but I mean, who cares? Anyways, let's do now the 1650 Super, so we're going to swap to that one. So 1650 Super. And we're doing 1080p first, then 4K, then 4K, then 1440p, then 4K, and at the end we're doing 8K because we're badasses. So let's turn off the PC. The retail price of the Series S is 500 in your country. In my country it's probably going to be the same, so I feel for you, man. I feel it. Feel it as well. Alright, removing the 580. 1 second, guys. Oh man, such a chunky card. I'll still love you, 580. Still love you. So here's the 580, the triple fan version. Let's put it to the side. Time to do the teeny tiny 1650 Super. So it's in. That's what he said. Do you think in the future games won't have an option for standard reflections? That's going to be at least a couple of years from now. At least a couple of years. Or maybe more. Who knows? Because ray tracing is still super demanding. Even on the consoles. It's super taxing. So that's going to take a while. Yeah, a long while. I mean, ray tracing is super demanding still. So yeah, hang on, gotta fix my camera. There we go, much better. So we got the 1650 Super here. Yeah, the PC is invisible, yeah. 750 Ti done yet? Yes, rewind the live stream. It was 1080p max settings, no anti-aliasing at 60 frames per second. So let me enable first the DSR, so we do 8K at the end. So 1650 Super, we go to manage 3D settings. Let's, where is it? DSR, here, DSR. We do 4 times the resolution. This should be 8K. We enable this, maximum performance. Let's see. You could argue that every graphical option is useless. Yeah, maybe. So yeah, it seems to be, let me check super quickly on the internet, 680 by 4320. This is 8K, right? Yeah, that's 8K. So we're doing 8K after after we finish with 4K. So let's launch Afterburner, we launch Halo. Santiago, una pregunta. Mi GPU en algunos casos o programas me da colores invertidos. Nunca escuché de un tema así, Jorge, así que no sabría decirte. Fíjate que el espacio de color esté en Full RGB y que el cable esté en buenas condiciones. Capaz que el cable está mal o el monitor. Look at Demon's Souls Remake. That game doesn't use ray tracing for anything but still looks great on standard rasterization. Yeah, I agree, Blender Geek. I mean, I don't think ray tracing is absolutely necessary nowadays. The developers got so good at faking lighting and all that stuff to look good that I don't think we always need ray tracing. As long as you get a good artistic direction, you don't actually need ray tracing, in my opinion. There are games that look amazing and do not have ray tracing. That's because the artists know how to fake the visuals in order to look good, but they got so good at faking stuff that you don't need ray tracing really to get the best graphics. So I don't think ray tracing will be the only thing for a while. I mean, it doesn't make sense, such a huge performance hit, and the game still looks good without it, at least right now. So yeah, I think that artistic direction all the way over ray tracing. As you can see now, on the 1650 Super we're getting better performance on the 580 and the 570, I think, or very similar. Yeah, we're CPU bound on the 1650 Super at 1080p, but you're getting over 140 frames per second, so 144 Hz should be doable on this, on 1080p maximum. So yeah, no need to do more testing on 1080p. Let's go to 1440p now. So 1440. Yeah, I agree with you on UNL1K3. I completely agree. A combination of screen space reflections and ray tracing is the best right now. Still looks pretty good, and people are not looking at the ground all the time, so reflections barely disappear usually. So let's do 1440p. So 1440p max settings. And we're getting, yeah, over 120, yeah, 144. So over 130 frames per second at 1440p maximum settings. So if you have a 144 Hz 1440p display, you have a good time with this game, as you can see. So excellent. As expected, over 120 at 1440p. Let's reload the checkpoint. So yeah, over 120. Let's do 4K now, and then we do 8K just for the memes. So 4K. Should I buy a console or build a PC? It depends on what you want, really. Nowadays, if you can get one of the new consoles, you should be getting better numbers than on a PC of the same price. So it depends on what games you want to play, really. What control you prefer. So 4K, guys, maximum settings. So 4K maximum. And we're getting high settings here. As you can see, high settings at 4K. We reload the checkpoint. And we get ridiculous numbers. So we're getting over 80 frames per second. So definitely this game runs faster on the 1650 Super in comparison to the 580 and 570. So this is one of those games that runs better on NVIDIA, apparently. But not by a lot. So yeah, you can do 4K 60 maximum settings just fine on this almost decade-old game, which makes sense. PC's Master Race, that's a meme, but I love the memes, I could say. Let's use the turret. Resting pepperonis. Alien. So yeah, let's do 8K. 8K. Let's do 8K. So we go up here. We crank up the resolution to 7680 by 4320. So 8K. Alright, it's lagging. Oh my god. 1 FPS, 3 FPS. Oh yeah, it's over the VRAM limit. So let me lower those settings. It's a little bit too much for this video memory amount. So hang on, guys. I gotta lower some stuff because it's destroying the graphics card. So let's change the status to 8K. So 8K low settings because we don't have enough video memory. Holy hell, that's super demanding. So everything on the lowest, even anisotropic filtering, let's just lower it. Let's see, yeah. Let's restart the game. Maybe that helps, but we don't have enough video memory for that. It's a little too much. Yeah, it's going to explode. So let's launch the game from scratch. Yeah, big boy resolution. Yeah. Me and the boys playing Halo at 8K. Yeah. True. Let's see. Please do not lag. Do not crash. At least the menu works. So I'm happy about that. Let me see if I can get the overlay to show up. Okay, The overlay is there, awesome. Gotta fix it. It's a little bit too much. Maybe there it fits. One less. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be 8K at all. Let's try it one more time. Oh, okay, it was at 4K. Let's select 8K. 8K. Yeah, I mean, even the menu is lagging at 8K. Holy hell. Yeah, 3 frames per second in the menu. Looking good. Looking good. Yeah, the video memory is a huge limitation, as you can see. Yeah, we cannot move at all. Super laggy. Holy hell. I don't know what is maxed out. That doesn't make sense at all. Oh, it's a Halo Reach. The Halo Reach option. Let me go to the Halo 4 option. Come on, Halo 4. Halo 4. Doesn't seem to be working. Come on. Okay. Let's go in. There you are. Halo 4. Everything on the lowest. Perfect. Just like I said it before. But I don't expect this to do well at all. 8K is a little too much. But yeah, VRAM limitation. We're at almost 4 gigabytes in the menus. But let's get to the game anyways. Let's just be ridiculous. Saludos de Buenos Aires. Bueno, Marcelo, saludos desde Uruguay. Espero que mejoren las cosas por ahí. Just image the FPS. Yeah, it's like a PowerPoint presentation. Yeah. Okay, 15 FPS. But once we get the VRAM limited, yeah. So guys, if you want to play this at 8K, just keep dreaming.
Hostiles.
It's like 10 FPS. Still, I'm surprised that it's working at all. I was expecting a crash. But as you probably cannot see, the memory is at 4 gigabytes, so it's over 4 gigabytes. So you can play it in slow motion at 8K. So at least you have more time to line your shots. If you don't have good aim, this is the perfect way to enjoy this game, because you have a lot of time to take your shots. You can see every tiny movement. So yeah, VRAM limits, as you can see. And I'm dead. 6K or 5K? Nah, I don't have those options right now. We try it later, but not right now. I gotta go have lunch. Holy hell. Yeah, I mean 30 FPS after this feels super smooth probably, but we are video memory limited. I wish we had an 8GB 1650 Super, but Nvidia wouldn't get us to buy a new GPU, so they have to release VRAM bottlenecked cards. But yeah, it's playable, it's playable. You can play super slowly, so you can train your aiming skills, because you have a lot of time to shoot the enemy. As you can see, it's easier to aim because everything is slowed down. So yeah, that's about it, guys. I hope you had a fantastic live stream like I did playing. It's funny to try 8K. We know it's unachievable at the moment, but same happened with 4K when it was released. When it wasn't mainstream. It's still not mainstream, so I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. Halo 4 runs fine. Let's talk about the menu for a second. Let me lower the resolution. Back to 4K, please. Yeah, when 4K feels smooth, you know that something is up. But hey, let's talk about the options menu. Let me move my face to this side. So let's talk about the options menu. So at 4K you can play on a 580, a 1650 Super, even a 1050 Ti if you go for medium settings. So 4K 60s is super easy on this game. Then down here, the good thing I like about this options menu is that this, unlike the other Halo games, you got an actual options menu. You do not just swap from enhanced performance. You actually got options, which is good to see. As you can see here, we now have actual options. Thank you 343. Finally we got options, and options, a real options menu. So as you can see, anisotropic filtering, shadows, lighting effects, details. I mean, I will still lower them in groups. If you have a 1050 Ti, put this on medium and you can do 4K 60 just fine. Then if you have a 750 Ti, just use high settings, no one DLSS in at 1080p, you get 60 frames. And what else? And on the other cards I tested, the 570, 580, 6050 Super, you can do 4K maximum just fine at 60 frames. And then what else? Well, the 1050 Ti, you can do 4K medium at 60 frames. So super playable. They did a great job with this port of Halo 4. And whoa, I messed up there. Let's go back down here. That's hilarious. So yeah, that's about it, guys. I hope you had a fantastic live stream with me as much as I had fun making it. So yeah, see you guys next time. Bye bye. Bye. Thank you guys. See you next time.